Hi everyone, today I have very exciting topic for you that I love this topic so much. It's very interesting for myself because it's related to one part that is super important for every business, and it's related to negotiation strategies. Today I'm going to share with you 5 secrets of negotiation that you can apply to a business and your day-to-day life, because negotiation is not just business. We negotiate every day with different people throughout our day in different places. I personally believe that negotiation is a #1 skill for every entrepreneur. It is also true that many people recommend that if you are not strong in sales and negotiation, that you should find a partner for your business that is strong in this part, which is actually true, but yet I believe that everyone can improve negotiation skills. And of course I'm going to share with you my secrets on how to make negotiation successful for you. All these secrets I learned from other entrepreneurs, from books and from sales trainings. So keep watching and let's boost your negotiation skills. For every negotiation to be successful, you need to understand very well your counterpart. You need to find out what is important for them, what they're looking for, what do they expect to get out of this negotiation process, and also what they're scared to lose. If you don't understand the points of your counterpart, it is very difficult to build a proper communication with your partner. And finally, you can come to the wrong conclusions, you wouldn't communicate the value properly to them. So every negotiation, I believe it should start with the research and asking relevant questions to your counterpart. The questions that you can use should be open questions like what and how. So just try to understand their point. Don't come with your own assumptions, because psychologically we tend to come to every negotiation with our own assumptions, and our brain is stick to these assumptions, and we try to, when we talk to another person, we pay attention to the parts that actually acknowledge the things that we previously created in our own imagination. Instead of that, I recommend you to focus on what your counterpart has to say and proactively ask them questions. When you got more information about your counterpart position, about what they think, they feel, and what they want from the deal, what I recommend you is to label your findings. For example, you can use the sentence like, it seems that you are concerned about something. It seems that for you it is important to, I feel that you blank. So use these kind of sentences. Don't say just you are, these kind of sentences. Use like more it seems, I can feel. So you make assumptions and you make another part elaborate on your findings and confirm or actually reject what you are saying about your findings. This way you will be able to confirm that you found during this first research, when you try to find out more information about their background and what they're looking out from the deal. So just label your findings and leave them talk and make your own conclusions. Actually, this technique will also help you to build a very good relationship, and also to build empathy with your part, because they will feel that for you it is important to understand them. And if you finally come up with the right labels, they will feel that you're actually on the same on the same place with them, that you're really interested to know what they're looking for from the deal, and this helps to succeed in negotiation. It is super important to come to every negotiation prepared, and you should know what you actually expect from this deal. So come with a clear idea of your result, what you want to get. And it's very controversial, but I find this so true, that actually compromises are usually bad and they're not beneficial for any part. So you should know what you really need to get from this deal and stick to it. Because actually no deal is better than a bad deal. And many times we're looking for short-term results or short-term strategies, and sometimes we can agree on some terms just not to lose a deal. But then if you think when you're already out of this negotiation process and you think on the terms that you agree, you feel it. Even deep inside, you don't feel content. And you know that long term it wouldn't work. So why even get yourself there? Why? So consider always what you want to get from the deal and keep it in your mind. When you negotiate, keep in mind the point that you actually want to achieve, not the minimum, because your mind will focus on that. Many times we are also told to avoid the conflicts by any means, that we need to be nice and pleasant to everyone, that we need to push ourselves out our boundaries just to be nice. This is not good. You need to know your position well. And of course, if you know your position well, sometimes you need to defend it. So the conflicts are actually inevitable, especially if you are in business. And we shouldn't be so scared of the conflicts. Of course, I'm not telling you to go and make a drama or yell at your partner or insult them or criticize them. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about constructive conflict, when you just make clear to your counterpart your position that is actually different from their position, and try to find the way to get together with them in collaborative environment out of this conflict. It sounds so complicated. Is it even possible? How to do that? Yes, it's actually possible. And in my past, I was the person that was all the time avoiding conflicts and all the time trying to please everyone, and it changed a lot. And actually, I feel it really benefits me a lot that now I'm truly myself and more connected with myself, and now I can defend my position way better than I was before, when I was pleasant to everyone. So how do you manage this kind of conflicts to get out of them the maximum benefit for yourself? So when you face the situation when your interests and your counterpart interests are different, and you're in a situation where you actually need to resolve it, you need to get this conversation with them, either phone or face-to-face, how it is better for you, and you need to make clear your position and explaining why you are in this position to them. It should also speak to their logic, but don't confront them in any aggressive way or criticizing way or anything like that. Instead, ask them questions. Again, how? What? Again, you can ask them, how can we get out of this situation? How we can make our agreement work? What do you think if we do that? Ask this kind of question. Let them think and let them find the way, and let them feel that their opinion, and it's also very important that they also collaborate and they have power to decide what to do in this situation. By asking these questions, you really let your counterpart work for you. to find a way out of this conflict, because finally it should be beneficial for both of you. And yes, I found some conflicts very, very constructive in the terms of negotiating new deals, negotiating better prices. But yes, you need to manage them in a constructive way, as I explained before. And if the result is negative, the another counterpart doesn't want to collaborate, doesn't want to fix the problem, doesn't want to help you, and is just not interested into the future of your deal, then it's just not a good partner for you and for your business. Just leave it. It's better to leave it rather than continue this kind of toxic environment where you're unhappy with some terms or conditions, and that affects yourself. You can feel even bad emotions or something like that. It affects your business, and you stick to that deal just because you're avoiding the conflict. It's better to face it, and either there is a way or either there is no way. It's always better to face the conflict if you're in a situation that is actually against you or against your business. Besides what and how questions, there is one more question that you can ask your counterpart that will push them to defend your position. Yeah, you heard me right. Defend your position. And this question is why. How to use it. You should be very careful with this question, because sometimes we use it in a very kind of defensive way, like, why did you do this to me? Why is it like this? No, I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about totally different usage of why. So for example, when you're in the negotiation and your counterpart is not sure if they want to contract you or not, and they're in doubts, you can ask them this kind of question. Why did you ever reach to us when you're actually already working with our competitor? You know, so this way they will start thinking why they even got into contact with you, and they will provide you also some valuable information, so you will get even bigger picture of their situation. So as you see, all these strategies and all these techniques are meant mostly to understand your counterpart vision, and only this way you will be able to influence them and to get some sort of agreement with them. Because if you don't know of their point, if you don't understand what their actual needs are, you're gonna propose them totally irrelevant services, totally irrelevant products, and it just wastes your time and their time. And before you start any negotiation, and this also includes sales process, it is always good to get as much information as possible from your counterpart. Because the more information you have, the more prepared you are, and the better solution you can offer for them. At some point it was a big discovery for me actually in my professional life, because many times working in sales before, I was taught to totally different strategies, that you need to be more pushy or more aggressive in sales or stuff like that. And actually the real negotiation and sales process is not so much about pushing, it's more about defending your position, knowing your position well, but also making your counterpart believe that they came up to the conclusion you need themselves. So they need to kind of auto-influence by you helping them to get to a conclusion that you need actually. This is of course is not easy, but if you practice these strategies that I described in this video more and more, you will be able to get to the point when you will understand how to make a counterpart to get to the conclusions you need to get. So you see, it's not pushing to them your beliefs and your opinions or your products and services is to make them to make these conclusions that they actually need this service, these products, or the solution that you provide. Of course, the negotiation world is so complex and there are so many strategies and tactics. So if you have your own preferred strategies or tips, comment them below and share with others. And if you liked our video, subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you get updates on our upcoming videos. And see you soon.